All right. Welcome, guys. Today is Friday, November 18th, 2022. My apologies, guys. If you got the old link, we had a little bit of a tech issue and we needed to set up a new stream. So, yeah, we'll give everybody a couple of minutes to come in here. So, haven't really taken a look at the market yet today. I'm just gonna tag everyone in the Discord group. Make sure that they see that. Hey, what's up, Kevin? Good to see you from Lakeland, Florida. Nice to have you here, my friend. Um, so if you're just showing up, we had like a little bit of a tech issue, so we had to put together another stream. Starting to see some people pile in now. Um, we set up a different stream, so we're here on our old streaming platform. So if the video quality is not as good as it normally has been, I apologize about that. But let's go ahead and take a look at the markets today. I know I think there was some financial reports coming out today. Let's go ahead and check Market Watch. So a lot of reports and a lot of speeches yesterday. Today, at the Boston Fed president, Susan Collins, talks about the labor market at 10 a.m. So that'd be 7 a.m. Pacific. We had existing home sales and leading economic indicators. Looks like Saturday we've got Atlanta Fed's president Raphael Bostic addresses Southern Economic Association. So we will have some news dropping over the weekend, or rather, the Fed president of Atlanta will be addressing some news on this weekend. Today, we just have the leading indicators and existing home sales. Home sales is typically a pretty important indicator, pretty important report. But all right, so let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. I did see that the market was ripping in the pre-market. We did hit almost 4,000, up to 39.94, and we I'm just going to throw in some levels up here. Technical analysis and just taking the time to do it is really helpful in understanding your entries and exits. It's not everything. That one's already marked. It's not everything in trading, but it is a lot. It does go a long distance, and it's not that challenging to do. Basically, you're just looking for, if you've never done this before, basically you're just looking for areas where you see consistencies. So like in this little zone here, you can see we came up and there was like a little bit of resistance right there. But then there was support right here. And then this area actually ended up being kind of close. But that's also very close to what this resistance area was. So we put this resistance in here. And you can see it was hitting this zone. And then when it pulled back to almost that area and then pulled back slightly under that area and bounce. So support and resistance, by the way, are not based on exact dollar amounts. So if you hear anybody saying that it's like, it's at 33.75 or whatever as resistance, what they really may intentionally mean, and I don't want to put words in other people's mouths, but I know the way as I learned it is like that's really an area of around 33.75. So it might be that it's at like 33.73 or 33.76, but it's just an area of resistance. And I personally look at it that way, and I think it makes my trading better that I look at it that way. Okay, so basically, market fell at the open, came all the way down to around 39.60, and we got kind of like a double bottom there, and we're bouncing now towards the volume weighted average price. VWAP's at 39.72. So just taking the time to get a look at the look and feel for how the market's moving right now. Overall volume is slightly light. We don't really have heavy volume today, but we have come up and hit our 4,000 mark a couple of times. And for other ones, we're trading around 3,000 contracts. So really not that bad of volume right now. Just going to pull this up here. Not that bad of volume. What's up, Tiny? Good to see you. Let's jump back into these chats. Um, we are we did get this 1226 crossover right here, and it pulled back like pretty heavily off of it, like hitting resistance the 35, ripping up, hitting resistance again at the 50 EMA, and then coming down and finding support. Kind of bounces off the 912 area. All the 9, 12, and 26 are all in the area right now. A couple of things that I can see, or that I'm noticing, is I'm noticing that the 9's above the 12, it's all above 26, and the 9 and 12 just got above the 35. That gives us potentially strong support for a move toward the upside. I'm going to take a entry right here, just on the bid as test, kind of a feeler trade. And I'm just looking for 4 ticks, which would be less than what these wicks are. So that bounce that I'd be looking for is we're essentially looking for bounces off the 50 EMA. And we do have a little bit of cyan coming in. Come at you. Come on. My wife is awesome. All right. So we're kind of looking for bounces off this 50 EMA. And then we got this 9, 12 that are in position above this 35, which is looking good. That's typically where we want this to be. The next area that we'd like to see is the 9 and 12 and 35. Get above this green 50 EMA. But now I want to check this and validate this trade against the 3-minute chart. Obviously, we're down slightly in this trade. Not much. But on 3-minute chart, what I'm seeing here is the 9 is below the 12. But we do have some stacking on the TTM. Coming up near our risk level. 3.6, 3.7. We just tapped our risk level there, but not, it kind of bounced off of it, so that's good. 7.1 to 5.2 to 3.6 to 2.5 stacking on the TTM on the 3-minute chart. 3-minute is one of the most powerful moves for the TTM. And the 9 is still below the 12. Hopefully, the 9 will get above the 12, and then the 12 will cross over 26. And then we should get a run up towards volume weighted average price and possibly above it. We ended up going, we went red in our evaluation yesterday. It was kind of a bad day on trades in my eval yesterday. I think we ended up red for like 486 or something like that, but it was 590, so we did come back a little bit. Luckily, we were already green in the account, so we're only slightly red in the account. We're red like not even $150, so we can come back from that pretty easily. TTM going from 2.5 to 1.9, 2.0 area. I gotta cut this trade. It went past my risk. So did kind of reject that zone. One of the things I was going to point out is that there are red dots on this TTM move on the 3-minute candle or 3-minute chart, which would round out a portion of our tech analysis for the morning. So 5-minute spin, slowly curling up. 15, 14, 7, 13, 8, 12, 6, movement of 0.8, 11, 7, 12, 6, so 0.9 now. 12, 6. So a 1.2 move on the 5-minute chart. A lot of comeback on that trade there. I'm actually going to put this now at, I think 12 is pretty reasonable. I'm joining the bid here. Entering off of 62.5. I actually, now that I think about it, I should have gone for 60. Or sorry, 66.25. I should have gone for 65. Now that I think about it, but it's not that big a deal. because I do think this is going to come back much higher. 210 went from 2.3 to 1.5. So what the TTM was rejecting on the 3-minute chart is this 200 SMA moving average, this 200 simple moving average. Do not underestimate the power of the resistance of the 200 SMA. It's pretty powerful, and it can be very, very strong resistance. I do think this is going to break out, and I think that breakout is actually going to test this VWAP here. So I'm gonna actually move this up. What's the VWAP actually at? 71. Yeah, I'm gonna move this up towards VWAP. I'm basing this off of the TTM movement in the 3-minute chart, as well as that possible crossover. This 9 is still below the 12, so I don't love that, but I do think that we'll get there. On the 1-minute chart, and I'll check in with you guys in a moment. I gotta get a second monitor so I can just view the comments at the same time. I think it would be quite nice. The 1-minute chart, we had that massive pullback. This is actually where we cut that trade, which did pop back up, and it's kind of finding support along the 50 EMA and rejections as well. So actually hasn't really figured that out yet. 9 is still above 12. All of it's getting above 35 now. It's looking good now. Looking better anyway. Jumping into the evaluation side. When is our next 3-minute candle? And that would be at 51, which is in just about 1 minute. Join the bid at 67 and a quarter. I'm looking for a move up to 68. This is in the evaluation. So we did just take a 3-tick move in the eval. So the account is now back green. So that's good. And it looks like we're about to get a rip here. Just going to check in with y'all real fast. Oops. What's up, Origin Code? Good to see you. So apologies about the video today, guys. I just switched my streaming service for a second. I didn't really I had like a tech error this morning, so I just needed to get the stream going. Got a cyan switch going on the TTM 3-minute chart, so that's looking nice and strong. Very close to a possible crossover here. As long as we don't reject for any reason, the rejection likely would be the 200 moving average, but it may even reject this 26. So it's got to actually get this this breakout. This 1226 crossover needs to happen. It does look like it's putting in a little micro rejection. I'm not going to call this a rejection yet, just because I can still see that the TTM is still switched to cyan. Our previous was 0.5 and our current is 0.2. So negative 0.5 to positive 0.2. That's 0.7 move on a stack on the TTM. So I still have confidence that this is going to cross over and run up towards VWAP. Switching to the 5-minute chart went from 12.6 to 11.1 to 10.1. So still another move of a full point on the TTM 5 minute chart, and switch back to the 1 minute chart. Doo-doo-doo. Very choppy through this area here. It's the choppiness and you can see much lower volume these last 5 minutes that makes me a little bit hesitant. But we may see the exact same thing that we saw yesterday, where it was super choppy for like, I don't know, till all the way until about 9 o'clock, and then it just ripped like insane, crazy rip right at 8:55. Like I forgot how many contracts it was. It was like 12,000 contracts that went through all at once. So it was pretty nuts. Just that move yesterday. Um, what is this playing in the background right now? This is the artist's name is Blue Steel, and the song is called Full Throttle. Getting another pop and tested that 50 EMA. Our entry on this is 66 and a quarter. It's looking strong now. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here on this chart, and may look for 5 ticks on the in the eval now. Nine still above 12. 26 is almost above 35, so that would not be good in terms of a long. I think I'm going to wait for this 3 minute move before I take another trade in the evaluation, because I believe that this 3 minute move needs to happen in order to get this rip that we're waiting on. And likely I'll be entering in too high, higher than I could have, but at the same time, I'm reducing my risk by ensuring that the move is actually there. TTM stack from 0.5 to 1.7 on the 3 minute chart. New candle in 2 minutes for the 3 minute chart. So we won't fully know unless this happens to rip prior to 757. But my guess is this is going to rip at 8 or near the top of the hour. So we're going to have to wait for the next candle and potentially the candle after that too. Oh, if anybody's interested in this artist, I really like this artist. His name is Matt Large. By the way, guys, if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. All that stuff does help the channel grow in ways that you cannot imagine. Plus, we are one subscriber away from 200. So if we could just get one more subscriber, we'll be at 200 subs. And I would very much appreciate if we get that one subscriber today. It would be amazing. I would love that just for my own personal vanity, if you will. But it does like just let me know that we are doing something here. Totally rejected that move. This is why I was waiting for that move to be completely real, just because it had so much resistance right there. What time is it? It's 45 seconds. I don't know if I can hold through this pullback. It seems just way too intense. Yeah, I gotta cut it. It's too much. It's just too much for me. That is a heavy rejection, and it just keeps going. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Look at this rejection. From 67 down to 57. That was a 40 tick rejection. Somebody's like angry. Sometimes I imagine it's like one person took this whole action. It's just like one person's just like, "Oh, I don't believe in it. I'm out," and it just sold like, you know, 10,000 contracts. I know it's not really like that. It's just fun imaginations in my head. We don't belong. Mm-mm-mm-mm. So it did reject the breakout. That's whack. But gratefully, we didn't take that breakout, the anticipation of the breakout trade inside of our evaluation. So we're good. An angry trade, yeah. Yeah, sometimes I just picture like one person on the other side of it is just like, I'm done with trading, and they just dump like 10,000 contracts that they've been holding for like 30 years. Have random scenarios. Continue to push downward. See if it finds support at 55. Drop below these lows here. Low yesterday was like 45. I guess that actually went down to 30, but it kind of hit this like 45, 50 area a lot yesterday. Grateful that we got our account, our evaluation back into the green on the account side. We're up 165.70 in the account on the day. Up 29.10 in the account total, I should say. All right. Maybe looking at shorts from here on out. So it took a short entry at 56.50. I'm going to be looking to get out 55. No, nope. That's yeah. I'm gonna cut that one. Gotta go the reverse direction. Having a hard time in the sim today. Jeez. I switched some scalpish moves. Wow. That found support really fast. I did end up cutting that. I'm down 3,687 in the sim. That's a lot for me. It's not normal. So, yeah, right. I'm just catching up on comments. It did end up falling down. So in theory, those shorts would have worked out, but I would have had to hold through this. I don't exactly want to wait for a trend reversal since it just totally rejected the trend reversal. So today's movement feels like yesterday's, where we essentially have a couple of these candles that have like really low volume, and then we have like these one candles that have just insanely huge volume. Just going straight up for scalps only right now. Jeez, man. Struggling to. Gonna stay focused on long today, then, I guess. Every time I go short, it just ends up going against me. So, took a three tick long to the upside. Well, long, yeah, obviously to the upside. But it's a good three tick one there, and I have a lot of ground to make up. Um, so basically, I'm just running through my own strategies and be like, this one's not working, that one's not working, this one's not working. We're gonna switch up to this one. So yeah, origin code. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, there is like you do have to kind of like see what the pattern is, like more or less through the math, if you will. That's kind of how I like to look at it. There's this old line from Common on on a Kanye West track, and it says you don't need a curriculum to know that you're a part of the math, and I love that line. It's always stuck with me, and it really is a way that I actually see the world as well. A lot, my perspective, a lot of the time is that I look at this whole situation that we live in, and more or less view it as like spiritual math or something. I don't really know how to put it, but almost like there's sort of like this design that we can all get glimpses of, and we can all see through whatever veil may be there. Um, and when we have those moments that we do, it's sort of like this moment of clarity. And in that moment of clarity, humans can do amazing things. And I love that about humans. I think it's probably one of my top 10 things about humans that I love the most about them. So took a three tick move to the upside. We are getting a little bit of a trend reversal. Obviously, I don't trust it. Just taking little scalps. Movement from 6.9 to 6.3, so about 0.6. Not a ton of momentum. Usually I like to see like zero point 0.7 or higher. Even zero point 0.7 is low. 1.0 or higher is my actual preferred, but it will trade off of a zero point 0.7. Um, let's take a look at the 3 minute chart. I'm kind of curious what's going on there. On 3 minute chart, still kind of breaking down on the TTM 2.2 to 3.0, but it is looking like there is some reversal happening, at least for the moment. I wouldn't call it a full on trend reversal. I definitely don't trust it to come up and test VWAP after this false break here, but it may sort of grind its way back a little bit. And through that grinding process, there's probably going to be a fair amount of moves available for the long side. Obviously, there'll be a huge move available for the short side if it breaks, like if it's a false break. But just checking in with y'all's yet again. So origin code. So that is that that reason why I can recall rap lyrics that fit current situations is really because in a lot of ways rap raised me. Um, like I basically didn't really have a father around. Like he was in my life sort of, but he wasn't really around that much. So um, now here I am getting all vulnerable. So I basically use rap uh, as my father figure, if you will, and so a lot of life lessons and a lot of ideology and philosophy that I developed came from rap lyrics, and so hence why I pull them out at certain certain times, because that's what pops up in my head. Because it's a lot of the ways that I kind of created my own view of the world is through that. But I love that you noticed that, by the way. Most people don't ever say anything about that. All right. So we do have a possible crossover showing up here on the 1 minute chart, as well as it did pop pretty well off that pullback, pretty decently. This is what I was talking about some decent opportunities for some long moves. Entered in long there at 59, looking for a move up to just like 59.75. Gonna jump to the evaluation side things, and I'm a little bit hesitant because now I see this breakout is kind of failing yet again. This is why I was saying like I don't trust it. I don't trust these breakouts today. 5.6 to 4.7 or 4.2, so moving a half a point on the 1 minute chart, kind of minimal but still function. The 35 crossing above the 26, that typically gives us indication of upward momentum or upward move previous to the upward move. So it lets us know beforehand a lot of the time. Join the bid here. Wish I would have took that a little earlier, but it is what it is. And I've just been scalping my way today. I think that's the right move. I think I would have preferred to have taken this in the eval about where it's at right now, but now it's on the pullback side, so I don't want to do that. One second left in this candle. 9 just got above the 12, and the movement now is from 4.1 to 3.0 to 2.0. That's looking nice and strong. I'm going to put this on a 12 tick and join the bid right here. And so hopefully we don't get faked out on this little move here, but But it does look like it could be a decent move. 3.0 to 2.1. 20 seconds left in this candle. It's coming up on a doji. I kind of want this one to end red so that the next one can rip green. So if it like ends right here like at 60, that's kind of what I want to see. So next one popping up. See if this actually happens. 9's above the 12. Hitting resistance at the EMA 35. And we'd want to see it pop above 50. Joining the bid here. Missed the entry point. Cut it. And see if we can find another entry. Join the bid at 61.75. I'm looking for a move up to 63, so I'm looking for a move through the 50 EMA. I wanted to actually take it up from the 35 up to the 50, but this is where we're at. I'm going to put this just one tick up and see if we can get out with a micro profit.
Order filled.
Okay, so that's that little micro profit. The reason why I did that, even though I do think this is going to break out, the reason why I did that was because of that 50 moving average being right there. 9's above 12 now, and I'm essentially going to want to, like, the 50 likely is going to act as resistance. Right now, we do have a cyan switch showing up from 2.0 or negative 2.0 to negative 0.7 to positive 0.7. So that's a full move of 1 point. So the whole reason why I took this off early was because of this 50 EMA. I didn't want it to act as resistance and get stuck in it. It did pop nicely off the 50. There's 3 seconds left in this candle. We're up $206.40 in the evaluation today. So now we're looking for a little micro pullback and maybe a bounce off of like 61.50, 61.75 zone. Got a sim entry at 61.50, and I'm looking for a move up to 65. Exit is at 64.50. From 0.7 to 2.0 on the TTM on the 1 minute chart, that's looking reasonable. We do have this little hammer candle here. $20 left on this. We did just get a 1226 crossover as well. I want to be entered into this on the evaluation side of things, but I'm also like waiting for this breakout to actually happen, because I don't want to get stuck in what happened over here. 2.6 to 2.4 to 2.1 on the TTM3, and 3 minute chart looking close to a 1226 crossover, but the 9's below the 12. So a couple of factors need to happen before I really want to take this in my evaluation. I guess we probably could have got that 5-tick trade off there, though. Stacking looking like 0.7 to 2.1 to 2.8 on the TTM 1 minute chart. I'm going to just take this little micro profit here, and then I'm going to re-enter. Entered at 62 and a quarter. And again, I'm looking for that move up to 65. I'm going to drop this down to 64.75. Doji at the top, 0.7, 2.1 to 2.9 to 3.6, movement of 0.8 to 0.7. So the movement slowing down slightly. Pulling back to the 50 EMA. We've worked our way out of the hole quite a bit on the sim side of things. Volume is light, unfortunately. I would have loved to have seen the bulls just like pile in right here. Join the bid right there. Got the
Order
entry at
filled.
63.75 for the move up to 65. Um, I am sketchy about it actually hitting 65, so I'm gonna put it 64.50, which
Order
we did
filled.
receive. Um, so I'm grateful that we received that. It did hit 65, so that's nice. But obviously, I could have taken the whole move, but we did take 3 ticks on that. So that puts us up $372.10 in the evaluation today. Plus, we just made 750 back in the sim. So on the sim side, we're down 1,562.50, but we're up where it matters in the evaluation, almost $400 on the day. Looking nice. Would you guys want to do that call today? I mean, I know we did it last Thursday and we didn't end up doing it yesterday, but I just noticed that y'all were talking about it. Um, so if you guys wanted to do that call today, we could do that for about like 20 minutes or so. Huge rip! Oh my gosh! I'll go away from the screen for a second. My oh my! This was the rip that I was looking for earlier that rejected so heavily. Yikes! Wow! I feel FOMO. Whew, let us release ourselves from FOMO and all that's there. I don't want to enter blindly here into this trade. So let's see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green candles in a row. I will, however, enter in on the sim side, and I'm looking for a pop up over view app. 68.75 is the entry. View app may reject here. So I'm going to actually take that micro profit. Made 62.50 instead of the 187.50 that I tried to capture. So VWAP has two resistance working for it. Number one, it's at 39.70. So it's at one of those like round numbers that a lot of people are like, oh my God, resistance. And then also it's VWAP as well, which is its own resistance. So just so you're aware. Movement on TTM though looks strong. 4.6 to 5.9 to 6.9 and actually tapping 7. So movement's looking really strong on the 1 minute chart. 3 minute chart has not switched to cyan yet, nor has it given us a 1226 crossover. And the 9 is meeting the 12 right now. So they're really close on it. I wouldn't mind a pullback to about this EMA 35 on the 3 minute chart, which is at like 67, and then a bounce off 67. Honestly, I think that would make it much stronger because it would give the opportunity for it to pull back some. We did just get a 1226 crossover, a 9 and 12 are in the right position, and a fresh cyan switch on the 3 minute chart from 0.5 to 0.9, 1.0. That's looking nice and strong. So this could be an actual trend reversal, an actual like nice big move towards the upside. I do wish I would have captured more of this move right here, but it's okay. When things don't rip like right away, I'm kind of just like, I'm taking profits. And it's really because like I've seen a lot of things that should have broke out that didn't. You can see a flag on this right there, flag forming with some hammer candle support just below volume weighted average price. I do think that we are going to have enough power and momentum to cross over the VWAP, which is right at 70 and a half. But to actually get there is going to take likely a reasonable amount of buying power. Um, Yeah, likely we would do it right after the. That's exactly what we would do. Is right after stream. Rejecting that VWAP there, you can see cooling on the TTM slightly on the 1 minute side. Like I said, I was looking for it to pull back to 67, which it did. It actually hit 67 like exactly, and so I wanted to see it actually bounce off of this. And this pullback was what we talked about. That's literally what I anticipated, was that exact pullback down to the EMA 35, if you remember, which was right at 67. Honestly, I wish I had put an order there. Just let it sit there. Next 3 minute candle is at 8:24, which is just about now. New 3 minute candle in a moment. In about 10 seconds. Up slightly in this sim trade. 5 seconds. 10 seconds feels like an eternity when you announce 10 seconds. 0.9 to 1.5. So momentum slowed slightly on the 3 minute chart. However, the 9 is still above the 12, and that's crossing over the 26, and it's above 35. I do think that we will get this move. There's that move from up towards that VWAP. We did take that trade in the sim side, which worked out quite well. Pulling back below VWAP. There's a nice move on that flag from 67 up to 71. So $4 move. $4 times 4, that is 16 ticks. Now down 750 in the sim, up well in the evaluation. This candle has a very large wick up top, so that's a lot of selling pressure in order to keep this below VWAP. Switching back over to a scalp move. All right, and just joining the bid. Not going to join the bid, not yet. Maybe to pull back to like the 9 EMA, which is again right at like 67. So I'm actually going to put an order in at like 67 and a half, and see if we can get an entry off of 67 and a half, and then my move up would be to like 69. I don't even know if it'll be that high. I think actually, yeah, just 69 flat. Did get the entry at 67 and a half, pull back to right about that zone. Up a little bit in this trade. Okay, so we did get that trade. That was about 375 on that, so 6 ticks on that one. On the sim side, not trading in the eval right now, just because they're so close to this view up here, and we've got cooling on the TTM. But it is also finding support. So really, to put it bluntly, I'm kind of unsure about trading in the evaluation at the moment, and that's why I'm trading in the sim. There we are, starting to get that breakout. Tempted to join the bid here off of like 70, but still rejecting that VWAP at the moment. Larger wick on a green candle this time. That other one actually ended up as a doji. Just gonna jump in and check in with the crowd here. Let's see. What is going on here? Yes, on the simulated account, I do have live data. Yeah, Kendall is origin code. Fridays are balancing days. Jumping back into these chats. Let's check this on the 3 minute chart and see how that's stacking up on this side. So 3 minute is 0.9 to 1.6 to 2.3, 1.6 to 2.3. That is a move of 0.7 to the upside. That's not a ton of momentum on the TCM. The 1.6 over to 2.2, yeah, it's only like a move 0.6. But I wouldn't be surprised if we got some bounces off this 35 right here. And what I really want to see, though, is I would want to see this 50 EMA continue above this 200 moving average. Because if you notice, right up in here, this 50 actually crossed below the 200 moving average, which indicates that we may potentially get a downward trend happening. Although I've not really tested this heavily on the 3 minute chart. Tested it mainly on the 5 and the 1. But what we do know on the 3 and what we have tested here is that this 200 simple moving average acts as very strong support across all time frames that I've found, that I've discovered anyway. So, and you can see that rejection that it did right there um, on that 200 simple moving average. Yeah, no worries. By the way, guys, if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, we've been streaming for about an hour. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We're one sub away from 200. Although maybe we actually got that today, I'm not really sure. But if we could get that one sub, that'd be awesome. Very much love and appreciate that. All that stuff goes to help the community grow, make our community better. In which case, guys, about our community, we do have an awesome Discord group that is it's small but it's growing, and we are getting better and better conversations in there every single day. We talk about everything from entrepreneurship to investing to trading to crypto. It's a wide variety of topics, to philosophy. If you guys haven't noticed from the comments, philosophy plays a big role in how we trade here. And also, if you guys remember from yesterday, I said, I believe that your emotions are actually a trading tool, not a liability. Just depends on how you use them. And so I personally believe that, and I think that that's something that that goes pretty hand in hand with the optimistic futures culture. I took a long here, but I don't know if I love it. I'm going to cut it. A little bit of loss there, 375 loss, not very big. Down 750 in the sim. But yeah, guys, I would love to have you guys in our Discord community. It's a very thoughtful community and thought provoking community. So it's called Optimistic Futures, guys. It's joelstraight.com/Discord, or there's a link in the description if you don't want to type it, and it'll drop you guys in, and we'll welcome you there. And we would love to hear from you. If you join in, please say hello, because it doesn't always tell me who joined. I just look at the numbers and I see a new person, then I look for a new name. So please announce yourself. Please say hello. It does make it a lot easier. We'll probably eventually get a bot that announces that, but I haven't taken the time to do that yet. So in addition to that, guys, if you would like to earn funding in the futures market, just like me, from what I'm working on, you can check out Elite Trader Funding. I love these guys. They have great customer support. This is something I look for in a company. I know you guys have heard me say it before here. I really only work with companies that provide excellent levels of customer service, unless I'm forced to work with a different company for whatever reason, like it's my power company or something like that. So I really look for companies that put customer service very high, because to me, what that means, what that communicates to me, is that they view themselves as consistently attempting to grow, get better, and they strive for excellence. That is what good good customer service communicates to me. And when I see companies that kind of put in lax customer service or are not friendly, to me, what that communicates to me is that that company is not interested in growing. That company is really there to exist, to more or less collect a check. So these guys don't do that. These guys put in the real effort. To give an example, I I was actually I needed some help with something on a Sunday, and I was brand new with these guys, and I sent them a support ticket, not expecting a response till Monday, and they got back to me in 10 minutes. And it was friendly and it was concise, and it solved the issue immediately. That's what I look for in a company, honestly. So these guys are great. You can get funded as low as 10K. Oops, apparently. By now, 10K. I did that by accident. You can get it funded as low as 10K. You can earn funding all the way up to $300,000. So you literally could be trading with a house each and every day. This allows you to take a max position of 30 contracts in the mini with a profit target of 20,000 and a drawdown of 7,500. If you use the link in the description as well as the promo code JSBest, you can actually lock in a lifetime discount on any of the evaluations that you see here, with the one exception of the fast tracks. But the fast tracks evaluations are already heavily discounted. And you can still use the link in the description that will bring you there, and that'll help support the channel as well. Personally, I'm working on the 50K evaluation at the moment, and that allows me to take 8 contracts in the mini, 80 micros with a drawdown of $2,000. Remember, it's a trailing drawdown, um, and a profit target of 3,000. If you want to know more about how these evaluations work, be sure to click the See More Details link, so that you can get all your questions answered and understand exactly how these work. So check them out, guys, if you would like to earn funding in the futures market. Personally, I've been very happy with them. Is that what I do? Like about the futures? Yes. So that is what I'm working on earning funding in right now is the evaluation. Once we earn funding in the evaluation, then what that does for us is that gives us the opportunity to trade with a lot of equity, utilize somebody else's funds, utilizing the funds of of the evaluation program, which is significantly less risky than if you were to put in 300,000 of your own dollars and say take a loss of 10,000 or something like that. Obviously, if you're taking losses that heavy, you want to reevaluate your trading. Um, but my point is that like it's a lot less risky to trade with that versus putting your own money into the market. Rejected pretty heavily at the VU app here. You can see 1, 2, 3, and then all the year 4, 5, 6 attempts through VU app that rejected. Getting another test now, which does look decent. There is cooling on the TTM behind it, but the price action looks good. Checking this against the 3-minute chart, which is still stacking, 2.9 to 3.6 to 4.6 on the current. So we do have like I'm going to zoom in a little bit. 2.9 to 3.6 is 0.7 move to 4.6, so a full 1.0 move. It does look reasonable for a breakout. Potentially when this 9 and 12 get above this 35, but that's not required in order for the breakout. I've seen these breakout beforehand. Um, let's check this against the 5-minute chart. So 5-minute chart actually just now on this current 5 got a cyan switch, and we won't have a new 5 till 8:40. But on the 5-minute chart, we're very close to a 1226 crossover, and 9 has recently got above the 12. So the 1226 crossover we wouldn't know until 8:40, which is in 2.5 minutes. I get like breaking news notifications on my phone from Seeking Alpha, And whenever they pop up, I'm like, what's this? Is this important? Most of the time, it just says like hot stocks trading right now or something like that. But zero point 0.3 to 0. So it's negative zero point 0.3 to positive zero point 0.8 on the 5 minute chart. Uh, Pulling back pretty heavily there, but I'd like to see if it bounced off the 200 simple and go from here. So again, looking for a scalp to the upside here, but don't know if I'm gonna get it. I didn't expect it to keep pushing down like that hard. Yeah, I gotta cut that. Ooh, wow. About a $500 loss on that. Actually think it was 687.50. Um, but rejected very heavily. Had a hard time getting green in the sim today, but we're doing fine in the evaluation, so that's good. Yeah, E Trade, we're totally 100% in every way, shape, and form, completely transparent on this channel. Um, Everything that, like my losses, my wins, all that stuff is displayed very publicly. I don't hide any of that. I do occasionally take trades off stream, but when I'm taking trades off stream, it's like literally the hours that I'm not streaming. So, um, and I do post those updates in our Discord group so that all that stuff is as transparent as it possibly can be. Honor and integrity family at all times. So I'm just going to throw this up here. Tiny says she's using her fear as failure in a good way today. Um, not trading today so far. Look, every fear that we have, every weakness that we have is also our strengths and it's also our areas of courage. So if you have a fear of failure that is essentially saying, like, hey, don't trade today, then that's okay. Listen to that. That's fine. Because it could be your intuition saying, hey, you know what? We're kind of out of alignment today. If we do sit down at the table, it doesn't matter what the market's doing. We're not necessarily going to be in the way that we need to be for our best results of ourselves. And I've come to the table before where I wasn't fully aligned like that, done my trading on the day, and like failed, and took loss on the day, and then it just like solidifies it to myself. Like I'm like, I already wasn't in a good place, and now I came down, I sat down, I traded, I lost. I must be, bad at this or something like that. And then I get this whole like downward spiral with and take myself out of and completely reframe myself. That takes a lot of mental agility and a lot of work in order to be able to do that. Why put out all that effort? I could have just simply just been like, you know what, I'm really not feeling it today. I'm not going to trade. You know, like it's different now that I'm on stream. Like I show up, doesn't matter if I feel good or bad. I'm gonna fix my alignment and show up. But this took 3 years to get to this point. Um, so it's not really that it's necessarily just like a completely easy thing, but your fears are there, um, because that's communicating to you. That's why I'm saying like this ideology that we need to be completely agnostic of our emotions in order to be successful at trading. I 100% reject that ideology in every way. Your emotions are one of your most powerful tools in your trading strategies. Your emotions and your intuitions are strong and they're there for a reason. And that is like divine knowledge, man, that you could totally be tapping into. And you just have to be aware of that sort of like that self-awareness of it. um Tapping into your edge, I like that. It's the best way, yeah, it's the truth, man. Like Like your emotions, like that is solid knowledge, and like don't don't reject that, dude, because your emotions are communicating real information to you. And how your mind and how your body and heart feel, like in that alignment within your soul, like that stuff matters so tremendously to your success. Um, and so I take a lot of time to listen to that each and every day. Um, and the more you do it, the faster it is, like, and the easier it is to communicate with that. We don't have to begin a trade or be in a trade. I heard our fearless leader during a stream a while back. It was Joel who said it, and I take it to heart. Yeah, that. So, by the way, Tiny, when I said that, I don't need to be in a trade right now. Um, that right there was actually my own personal breakthrough. Um, when I said that, because I didn't even know it at the time. It was just really, it's like what came out instinctually. And then when you said that, it like it had weight. I was like, oh my gosh, that actually does have a lot of power behind it. Just be like, you know what, I don't need to be in a trade right now, and that allowed me to like retake control of my energy. And we were down on that day, and then I don't remember, so I'd have to go back and look at the stream, but I think that we actually ended up green on that day. Um, so yeah. Thank you so much, Tiny. Yeah, like honestly, I just got like I knew I wanted to build a YouTube channel and a YouTube community, um, but like the concept of making videos every day or making like finished product videos is kind of challenging to me. Streaming is actually easier for me to just be upfront and honest because that's who I am all the time. Need more coffee? No worries. Throw this up here. Yes, that's the way for quantum growth. The more you practice listening and being honest with your emotions, it will add mastering to them. The faster you grow. Yeah, that is totally, totally true. The more you communicate with your really just with your higher self, or just sort of like that instinctual version of yourself, however you want to view it, um, it your emotions communicate real knowledge to you that can provide you with really, really positive insights. There's been so many times I've been sitting in front of these charts, and my intuition was just like, jump in right now, hit, just hit buy market. And I'm like, why would I do that? I'm like, logically, that doesn't make any sense. And then I just watched the thing just rip like amazingly huge. And I'm like, I wasn't in that. My emotions try to make me money. And like, I can't tell you how many times that's happened. Um, and it's just like that. It's sort of like that's inherent knowledge that we all have. And the more we can learn to listen to that, I think not only the better traders we become, but the better we become as people. And truly, that's what really matters. Um, so 5 minute breakout was a fail. So the 5 minute breakout here above the VWAP was like it totally rejected. It was about to do the 1226 crossover right there and completely rejected downward. I don't know how long these like heavy rejections will last though, because if you see every time that it's done this, um, it's pulled back up and it's almost like creating ascending support now at this point. Um, so it pulls all the way back down here to 55. Um, I still think this will consolidate and then stack back up for another rip. It's a ways out though. I think maybe like yesterday where it was like all at 8:55, like 12,000 contracts or something like that came through in like 10 seconds. And it's just kind of like, do you ever think that there's just like a group of traders that are just all like in the same room together or on like some conference call or something like that? Like We're all gonna go shorts right now, and we're all gonna buy long right now at exactly 8:55 and 13 seconds. Hit your buy buttons. Do you ever think it's like that? I'm curious. Like I'm genuinely curious. I would understand honestly if it was like it makes money, it works. But I'm just genuinely curious, with no animosity and nothing else, no other emotion behind it other than the curiosity of how does that actually go down? What is the operation and the process? Believe across continents. What does that mean? Like I swear I've actually heard that before. It's called a team. Yeah, that's what this is. Team. So trading family, if you will. Marcus is kind of rejectioning. Yeah, why not? Rejectioning can be a word today. A lot of slowdown. Like if you didn't notice, the volume got lighter, and the price action got lighter too. So here's what I'd be looking for. We're just kind of sitting on our hands right now. Like obviously it's going downward, but I'm just kind of sitting on my hands right now and just waiting for really like a yellow candle to form. I almost always am a long trader, and not for any other reason other than that. Like I've spent years doing long trading, and this is really kind of the only time that I've ever been other than in crypto. Um, because when I trade stocks, I'm trading with a cash account. So while I do still go short and I do tend to make money more than lose it, my accuracy going short is significantly lower than it is going long. So going short, my accuracy is like all the way down in the 60s. It's like 65% or 64%. But going long, my accuracy is like in the 80s and 90%. So might as well just stick with what I know, right? Stick with my edge. And in the meantime, I'll just be patient. There's this line from Russ. I don't remember the name of the track, but it says, "Exercise your patience. You need to master the basics." And I love that line. That line always comes to me whenever I'm like thinking to myself, should I be entering or a trade right now? And when there's times where I need to be patient, like this right here, I always hear that exercise your patience. You need to master the basics. And that also reminds me of like uh, this other this other person that I had met one time, uh, back when I was doing marketing, and I was pretty new at it. I think I was like maybe 2 years in, maybe three. So I was like getting results, and in our digital entrepreneurship business, but also at the same time like still making mistakes and things like that. And one of my colleagues said to me, um, he said, just focus on the basics, only the basics, just do the basics over and over and over again until it's nauseating. And I was like, that's pretty true. I mean, the basics get results, And he's like, Bruce Lee said, I don't fear the guy that practices 1,000 kicks one time. I fear the guy who practices one kick 1,000 times. Was what he said. I don't know if I got the quote right, but um, but I think about that and I'm like, yeah, that's true. I should just like do the thing that I know how to do, which is go long. Um, we did get a nice little pop on that red to yellow switch, but it's not enough like momentum for me to actually want to take this yet. pretty much it went from 5.6 to 5.5 to 5.2. So it was basically flat for two candles on the TTM momentum. I want to see it like getting over 1.0 in momentum. Just gonna jump in and check with y'all's. By the way, if you guys chilling, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Help us set over 200. Love to what you were saying, where traders link up and move as a unit. Oh, okay. Um, so that's what that meant. All right. A wave, a team holding different perspectives, but looking at the same thing. Yeah. Um, yeah, I've definitely grown a lot over these last few years in terms of being a trader and as a person. Um, like a lot of these philosophies and things like that, these are philosophies that I've held since I was a child, um, but putting them into practice is a lot more of a different. It's kind of a different animal. And then like I would live that ideology, live that truth growing up, but at the same time, like is still like that that sort of like sense of like we're looking at the same these same type of concepts from a higher level, from a different level, right? Like it's almost like we've zoomed out and now we can see so much more of reference earlier in the stream, so much more of the math. A little bit of a pop here, like 61 and a half or so. Just gonna try and take a little bounce trade off of 61, see if that resolves. I'm just looking for three ticks to the upside. Not much. Like I said, just focus on scalping today. 4.8 to 4.2 to 3.6. I've only been focused on scalping really just because there's been a lot of these like sort of mini moves throughout a lot of the day. I don't like that this ended with a doji, so this may actually end up rejecting, pushing all the way back down to like 59. Yeah, that's exactly what it did. Okay, there we go. Got the little push back up. 4.2 to 3.4 on the TTM, moving at about 0.8. Time left in this candle is 5 seconds. Coming up on 8:50 or 9 o'clock. Coming up on 9 o'clock. If you remember yesterday, we got this insane move at 8:55. Putting in here for 6 ticks, joining the bid. Try to get in a little earlier, but we got an okay. Jumping to the evaluation side of things, and seeing if there's something here. Wish I could zoom in just slightly more on the eval. I'm tempted to take it, but we just got a red dot on the TTM. I think it'll actually pop, but yeah, we just got 6 ticks on the sim side. 4.2 to 3.5, and it did pop. Time left in this candle is like 5 seconds. Let's see for an entry off of 50. Oh, maybe not. Or 63, I'm going to say. Entered at 64, though, and looking for a move up to 65 again. Let's see. 9 is still below 12. Very close to a cyan switch. 3.5 to 2.1. Can y'all see my charts? Yeah, okay. 3.5 to 2.1 to 1.4, 1.5. By the way, guys, if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, I would love to have you guys join our Discord group. We do have a community that is growing there. It's small but growing. Please introduce yourself. We will get a bot that automatically introduces you, so that way we know when new people join. But for right now, I just get a new number and I just look for a name, and then I say welcome. Uh, so 2.1 to 1.5, now to 0.8, or 1.4, now to 0.8, 0.9. Looks like this one rejected this area. Cut that trade down to 1250 on the day, but in the sim. But yeah, we would love to have you in our Discord group. It's just showstraight.com/Discord, or of course, you can use the link in the description as well. But we would love to have you there. Introduce yourself. We're likely going to have about a 15 to 20-minute conversation today after the stream inside of our Discord group. So if you'd like to be a part of that, we'd love to have you there. Talk about everything from philosophy to entrepreneurship to trading, to really just, it's kind of like, I don't know, kind of like trading therapy. But it's also just like a conversation, we're just there chilling, we're just talking to each other and getting other people's perspective, so that we can broaden our own. Well, 1.7 to 0.9 on a cooling candle on the 3-minute chart. Tiny, in your Thinkorswim sim account, you do have live trading, right? Like live data up here, real time data. Should show green and say real time data. Possible crossover on the 5-minute chart. That's surprising. Join the bid here. Join the bid, watch the rejection. Wow. Look at you. It's like popping up. It's just like immediately rejects. It's like, he's in. This next 3-minute candle is going to be at 9:03. It is just at the top of the hour, 9 o'clock exactly. About to be 9:01. Our new candle forming now. Got a cyan switch on the 1-minute chart. 1226 crossover. 9's above 12. Got a lot of things working for us on the 1-minute chart.
Order filled.
Joined the bid at
Order
64
filled.
and a quarter.
Order filled.
Just picked up 5 ticks. There's a lot of order fills. Did you guys just hear that? All right, so we're up 662.80 on the day. So we officially made more money than we lost yesterday. Yay. We also got a nice trade, 6 to the upside, down 875 in the sim. Whew, that's pretty nice to know. So we officially made more money than we lost yesterday. That's great. Yesterday we lost 480 something. It's in the Discord group. All right, 9:01. We do have a 1226 crossover. 9's above 12. 12 and 26 are diverging pretty well. I wouldn't mind seeing pullbacks to this 50 EMA and bounces off of that, or possibly the 35, which is this blue line here. But I don't want it to drop below this blue line, because that would really indicate that we may have some rejection inbound. So cyan switched from 0.5 to 1.1 to 1.4. So that momentum is very micro. It's like 0. 3. We're usually for 0.7 or higher, and typically I want to see 1.0. Yeah, see, this is why I said I don't trust the breakout moves today. This is exactly why I said I wouldn't be interested if it dropped below 35 on the or the EMA 35. I do think this will probably fill and then potentially end shortly up, but we'll see. 1.1 to 1.3 to 1.6 cyan. So 0.3 movement. That's not enough to really like call this any sort of like momentum move yet. Checking this on the 3-minute chart, seeing what's happening there. 3-minute actually went red on the TCM right now. So 9:06 is when we would have new information on that. But like if we look here, so this is kind of weird. I don't think I've seen this most like pretty much ever. Um, so the 12 is crossing above the 26, but the 9 is below the 12. That's super rare to ever see that. I've never really seen that. Usually the 9 gets above the 12, then it does the 12-26 crossover, and not the other way around. So that is kind of weird, and because that's completely new to me, and because we're getting red on the 3-minute chart, um, I won't be taking any positions here just yet. Sorry, my nose is a little stuffy today, guys. Just jumping in and checking y'all's in the chats. Yeah, live data. Okay, that's good. Yeah, you need to make sure you got that live data. Up over 600 in the evaluation today. That's the one that matters. So, got a possible crossover happening on the 5-minute chart and TTM at from 0.05 to 0.7. So, an increase of about 0.65. This does look decent for a potential 5-minute breakout. You can see we even did an ABCD pattern right here. Sort of, well, really A, B, C, and here's D right there. Um, so watch out for resistance at this 200 simple moving average on the 5-minute chart. It may reject, but it does honestly look like it's stacking. You can see it went from 0.7 to 1.1. Um, the moves don't need to be as large on the TTM when you're looking at longer time frames. Typically, on the shorter time frames, we want the larger move. And then if we get larger moves on the larger time frames, then that's when we get those like massive momentum moves. Jump into the 3-minute chart. You can see it's still pulling back some. 9:06 is new info, which is in 5 seconds. All right, new candle, new info. Went from 1.0 to 1.9 on the red side. So I wouldn't be surprised if this does exactly just that. This is why I love the TTM, because like I can measure it against multiple different time frames, and I can be like, okay, well, if I was only trading the 1-minute chart, I would have been looking at this as a breakout. Um, like I would have been like, oh, okay, we get this flag right here, and then 9, like all the crossovers and indicators in the right spot, and like more or less, I would have been looking for this candle here or this one to have broken above 65 and rip on up. But because I was able to measure this against a 3-minute chart and be like, okay, well, even though it's popping up right there within that flag, it's actually popping up on a red candle, on a red CTM. So I'm like, yo, that'll probably fail. There's a high likelihood that it would because of that red candle. That's exactly why I didn't enter the trade when we were talking about it earlier. And the 5-minute chart, also same thing, but not in the same level of reliability at this particular point in time. But when you're looking at the 5-minute chart on a longer time frame. If I were to stretch this out, you can see how the TCM like makes that switch and kind of like lets you know, hey, there's a larger move on the way. So that's one of the reasons why I love that indicator. We do have a video on that, but it's focused on stocks at this particular point in time. But that strategy is super reliable for stocks. I will eventually get to making one for futures, but I have to have that time. Speaking of time, we are taking next week off completely, so no stream next week. I'll be off from Monday through Friday, um, and really just so to be the weekend, Monday through Friday, with Thanksgiving in there, and then a weekend again. Then we'll be back the following Monday. So that means that we will resume streaming on November 28th. So in 10 days, we will resume streaming. Um, and I'm doing that because I have a lot of stuff that I need to get done, and I need to make sure that I'm getting that stuff done while being able to keep my family happy, keep myself happy, and as well as like maintaining energy and being able to maintain all this other stuff so that we can actually be here on stream, and then we can actually go really hard in 2023 and really turn on our hustle mode, which y'all haven't seen my hustle mode yet. I've just been on lax this whole time. Just mainly because I'm trying to maintain this and grow. I'd rather grow slowly than grow fast and not be able to actually manage well. So I want to make sure that people are getting attention and being able to express their own thoughts and me having the time to be able to be there for you guys while at the same time being able to be here for my family and for myself as well. So guys, um, all that said, I think I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. Uh, Market's really just starting to break out. It's 9:09. We've been streaming now for almost 2 hours. But before we head out, guys, love for you guys to check out a lead if you are trying to earn funding in the futures market. I really like these guys. I did look at a lot of different companies before I chose my prop firm, and these were the ones that I settled on because after looking at everybody, looking at the valuation options here, I just personally think Elite Trader Funding just has the best offerings, not just in terms of products, but also in people as well. So they do have an awesome Discord group as well that is incredibly active. So if you guys are looking to earn funding, I would appreciate it if you guys use the link in the description. And you guys are going to benefit too because you have access to that promo code JSBEST that will lock in a lifetime discount on any of the evaluations that you see here, with the exception of the fast track evaluations. There's also the end of day drawdowns evaluations. These are the more traditional style that you'll find at most prop firms. And then there is the static evaluation that I'm also working on. Currently failed that one though, so I'm just gonna wait for it to rebuild. Um, but this one here has just a flat out drawdown of $625. There's no trailing drawdown. There's nothing like the drawdown doesn't move with you. Basically, you start out with a 100K account and you just grow from there. And you only have to hit $2,000 in profit. It does only allow you to take 2 contracts in the mini, but for a lot of people that's a lot, and for a lot of people that is the right number. So it's just wherever your risk tolerance is and however it is that you like to trade. So all right, guys. So with all that said, I'm going to go ahead and jump off here for the day. I love and appreciate each and every one of you optimists, and I look forward to seeing you in the Discord group. We're going to do a short call today. It's 9:11. We're going to cap it at probably 20 minutes. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the Discord group. Thanks so much, guys. And we'll see you next time is November 28th. So I'll see you on November 28th. Until then, we'll be in the Discord group. Peace out, y'all.